My name is Rosanna De Santis. I'm from Darwin originally, though I've lived a couple of years away in Adelaide for schooling, but predominantly up here in the Territory and lived and worked throughout the Northern Territory. I have 2 children of my own. I have a son who's 21 and a daughter who is 11, soon to be 12. I myself am the youngest of 8 children in my family. I have 3 brothers and 4 sisters, so it's a delightful family unit, and thankfully all of my brothers and sisters are still here with me today. Lifestyle is magnificent. Obviously over the years it changes as you mature, but having spent predominantly most of my time here in the Territory or in Darwin, the younger years were just wonderful. Nice and free, carefree. Did lots with family group, and then of course over the years when you finish your schooling and start in the workforce, it changes a bit and your priorities change. So I travelled throughout the Territory with work, which I loved, and I met a great number of Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people, you know, from right down in the centre across to Graduate Island, Nhulunbuy, Daly River. So absolutely loved it. I'm presently working in the Tiwi Islands Shire Council as the Director of Corporate and Community Services, which in a nutshell means I'm one of the bosses. I've got a significant number of staff because I have 2 directorate areas, but I thoroughly enjoy it because I love the fact that we have a number of Tiwi Island people employed within the Shire, and so it gives me great delight to be able to be that guiding person for them and help them to understand how I get to decision making. It sort of goes hand in hand, I believe, because the Shire provides a significant number of core and non-core services, and what actually captivated my interest in working with the Shire was the fact that the position that I originally went for was that of community services, so it was included such things as youth diversion, sport and rec, which I loved, absolutely loved, women's services. So you know, that was an interest for me to work, you know, with some staff on women's issues, develop sport and recreation programs or enhance those that were existing. And so in terms of in community, there's a lot of consultation that we've done, and I absolutely love that. I never encourage my staff to just make decisions based on what they think is a good idea, to always go and talk to the people and find out what they want to do, and especially in the sport and rec area because of our demographics on the island, a great number of youth. So you know, we're trying to provide a calendar of events for the whole year based on what they've told us, and we know that if we're playing Aussie rules football, if we're playing basketball, cricket and soccer is the other thing that interests them, then we're kicking goals, so to speak. And that's, you know, a lot of the stuff I do in community. And then not so much now, but when I first arrived there, I used to also take delight in the fact that you know, you could knock off half an hour earlier of a Friday or of a day, depending if the tide was really good too. And like, I've taken the girls from the office out fishing, and it's just been great. Just love doing that stuff. Also take, you know, all the family and the community, because that's where my links are on Tiwi Islands through my mother. And so a lot of family over there, extended family, which means you need to have a sizable boat, which I did, and used to go fishing a lot. It's great. The advice I always say to young people is ask questions. You know, nobody thinks you're stupid, and you're only going to be more aware and you're only going to learn stuff if you ask. But you know, the flip side of that is, and I was just talking to Benny this morning about how, you know, I feel it's my obligation as someone who knows stuff that I need to be sharing that with the young people, to make them aware, to make them, or help them to understand, you know, these are the things that you're going to have to deal with as you grow older. And you know, if you can get a grasp or a handle on it now as a young person and with people to guide you, then that's a good thing for them.